There we go.
And we're
Yay,
live.
we're live.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to Coffee, guys. We're going to take a few minutes and let people jump on. So if you are watching the replay, know that we are taking a few minutes to let people on. We have the whole crew here today. How exciting.
It's a party.
Right?
An end of year celebration.
Yes.
Hi, Leslie.
Good morning, Leslie. Good morning, Miss Hampton. Wait a few
Y'all,
minutes.
it's our last coffee of the year. Nuts.
I feel like you guys should have had some pump up music happening. Some party music, 9 a.m. coffee party music.
You know, it can still happen. We can end with
Okay, I like it. I like it.
Good morning, Samantha. All right.
All right. Good morning, guys. Welcome. We're going to get started in just 1 second. Dropping your good mornings and hellos and let us know you're here.
Hello, Roger, Valerie. Great to see you guys here.
Yay.
All right, Sophia, shall we get started?
Let's do it. All right, so welcome everyone to our last startup coffee of the year. It's been quite a year, so we're hoping to do a little end of year celebration. We want to do some recaps and we want to do some highlights because there were some great things that happened in the midst of everything this year. So Startup Tucson is a nonprofit organization, and we are dedicated to serving entrepreneurs in the region. And we do this by free and low-cost programming. And that's what we'll get to cover is some highlights and recaps of the programming that we get to do. And we've been so grateful to do all of our work alongside you this year. So let's get into it. So as always on Startup Coffee, usually this is in person where you can introduce who you are and what you're up to in Tucson. So you're still welcome to do that. And you can share something that you're grateful for that happened this year. We'd love to see what energized you throughout 2020. I'm Sophia Gonzalez. I'm the engagement coordinator, and I would say that my team definitely energized me throughout this year to keep going. And I will pass it off to Kenesha Raymond, our program manager,
Good morning.
to introduce herself.
Welcome to Coffee. I am Kenesha Raymond. I'm the program manager here at Startup Tucson. And I have to say the team kept me going, as well as all my animals. So
It's the only growing zoo that's happening over there.
the zoo is growing, and so it kept me energized. And all of you guys showing up on Wednesday, we truly appreciate it. And it means so much that you guys continue to show up for us so we can show up for you as well.
I'm Gray Thompson, and I'm the executive VP. I've been obviously, the team has really been important to me this year. And then also just being able to hear from all of the entrepreneurs and the needs that folks are having and being able to try to think quickly on our feet and pivoting right along with everyone else has been a challenge, but also there's been some really cool things that we've been able to accomplish this year, which is a good feeling. Because it's been a tough one.
Mm-hmm. Hi guys, good morning. Liz Pocox, Startup Tucson CEO. Thank you all for being here and for sticking through the year with us on coffee as we've transitioned to digital programming. It's been so nice to be able to continue to connect with you in the community, to watch you guys work on your businesses, to watch you guys grow. And I would say I think that's been inspiration for all of us. It's been a hard year to work from home. It's been a hard year for lots of reasons, but we all love working with you and watching you guys figure out what you're going to do next and persevere and really use that entrepreneurial grit that we love to see. And so I think that's what's really kept me going, and I know the team going. So thank you for being here. And we're excited to tell you about what we have done this year, kind of all the big picture stuff, what we have planned for next year, and see if we can get some more things started up.
Yes.
Awesome.
Awesome.
The year would have been pivot. Like when you picked your word of the year, do you think we were all going to have the same one, pivot?
We're all going to have the word pivot. And also, I would like to announce that our brand color is on point for our 2021 color scheme. That was all Dre. So just a bonus there.
It's the Pantone color of the year.
Yeah.
How fitting, how perfect. So that is the team, and it's been the four of us working behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, and really love what we get to do. And the perfect program or perfect place to start is with our startup coffee, which we'll get to in just a second. Just remembering, so we launched the digital guide that was back in September, which is only a few months ago, a couple months ago. It's wild. But this was an exciting project because this is something for Tucsonans and people who are outside of Tucson to get connected to the ecosystem. We had 75 plus partners that are on that website, startuptucson.guide, and you can go on there, you can find co-working spaces, you can find networking, you can find out how to get involved with business chambers. So that's all there, easy access to navigate the ecosystem. So that was an exciting project. And then now we're gonna get into startup highlights and recap. So in 2020, we had all amazing startup coffee guests. We had one coffee guest in our new space, but we were able to do some in-person events back in January, and that was really great. So the recap and the highlights for startup coffee guests were all people who were able to jump onto Zoom with us and whom we are so grateful to have on our platform to share with you their business and entrepreneurial insights. So with Finding Your Groove in the Ecosystem with Ashley LaRussa and Lauren Valenzuela, we talked about Googling how to become an entrepreneur, which is a totally fair question. We talked about experiments and how you just explore your creativity and build community around that. And then with the Women Tech Makers Lightning Talks edition, we were looking at just the challenges that women tech makers face and what are some of those things that we can do to keep going. And then back in, I think it was June, we had our board member, Fletcher McCusker, come on and just share some insights on multiple business things, but also how to seek funding and how to seek investment, and when does something like equity investing make sense and when does it not. And then lastly, to finish out our Startup Coffee guest 2020 highlight was recently Don Nguyen came on and talked to us about cutting into the food scene in Tucson and how that was so important to his business. And we also talked a lot about scaling your pricing. You know, how do you go from a $100 product to multiple thousands of dollars just using a newsletter? It's pretty impressive. So that was the Startup Coffee guest highlight. And now we will be jumping into our other Wednesday event that Kenesha Raymond, our program manager, has done so amazing and has invited so many amazing guests.
Okay, so Startup Bites. Startup Bites started as an experiment. We were doing it lean and we wanted to experiment to see what was going to happen to fill in the gap during COVID. And we started with Bjorfin Benediktsson. And he is a local entrepreneur as well as one of our fabulous mentors. And he jumped on with me to kind of test this. And then I roped him in for a full season of Startup Bites. We covered everything from sales funnels and drip campaigns to the questions you should be asking your customers, to tips on copywriting, as well as how to get your first hire, how to write and sell 11,000 copies of a book, and so much more. And that is in our video library on Facebook. So wherever you're at in your business, there are tips that you can grab from Startup Bites. It is 5 tips in 15 minutes. So you can listen to it while you're brushing your teeth, making your coffee, or walking your dog. And that was the first season. And then Bjorfin broke up with us. And so I had to find someone else.
And I just have to say, both of these two, they dropped a book in the latter half of 2020. So that's one thing they have in common, amongst other things.
That was a challenge.
Amazing.
On Bites. So thank you, Bjorfin, because that book probably wouldn't have happened. And then in the second season of Bites, when we came back in the fall, I started inviting friends on. And I was lucky enough to bring people from all over as well as local. I reached out to some friends, Natalie Frank Hayes, she is the founder or co-founder of the Rising Tide Society. And she talked about launching tips. And I think that was one of my favorites. She really went into detail, gave you a lot of information in 15 minutes. Lauren came back on, and she's a local with Sigfus. And she talked about storytelling and online marketing and how she used her Instagram and connecting with people in the community and outside the community to sell her polyclay earrings. And then we had Ryan Bell, who's one of my closest friends, come on. He's also an Emmy Award winner, has worked in a ton of spaces in the creative market as well as Periscope. And he talked about marketing tips for creatives. So Startup Bites was jam-packed, 2 seasons, 5 tips in 15 minutes. Sometimes we went a little bit over, but wherever you're at, especially during this last little bit of time, jump in there, watch it, add on to your business, grow your business, do the thing. And what is next, Sophia?
There we go. Just unmuting myself like everyone. Tucson Shops Tucson. That was an exciting project that happened right in the beginning of March, April, May. Definitely in spring. It happened in spring. Y'all, we're going to get there. We're going to get through it. We had 78 businesses listed. Those were small businesses and startups who were interested in a free platform so that any Tucsonan, people who are interested in shopping locally could go to one place and they could support in a time where it really counted and it really mattered. And we've seen so many other free online shopping platforms that are focusing on local Tucson. And that's been really excited to see. And we're so encouraged that it's still going. Visit Tucson has one. And you can, if you're a small business, you can always reach out to us and we can pass along those resources of other places that have popped up. So it was super fun. In the beginning, we had 4,000 website visits and people were taking their time perusing the local goods that we have here in Tucson. So that was really encouraging to see that we could fill that need pretty quickly. And, it's just a thing. Websites are a thing. I think all of us in Tucson have seen new websites pop up and we're always, maybe we're thinking, what is this user experience? And it's because these websites are almost in beta version, but we're using them as if they're like in full-fledged, fully built out. So Tucsonans, be patient with all the new things that are coming out because it is filling a need and it's so important to be able to use that. So that was Tucson Shops Tucson. And then now we'll jump into the fundamentals. Another program that something that we just fully built out this year.
Yes. Startup Fundamentals we started out with Labs 101, and over this time period, we were able to build out our full fundamental series, which was super exciting. We had 50 startup lab companies come through, And that's from January until now. And we still have another round of fundamentals later in December. So if you're looking to jump into that, we still have one more round. Then we jumped into our full fundamentals series. That's 102 through 105. And then we have a demo day and graduation. And through that series, entrepreneurs are able to learn how to build out their full lean canvas and pretty much how to kind of start the testing, customer interviewing, and the launching of their product, which pulls them into the Momentum Mentor Sprint. So in round one, we had 11 entrepreneurs who jumped in, and 6 weeks of our crazy, and they learned so much, and it was so exciting to see them come through. And at the end, they all signed up for the Momentum Mentor Sprint. We had 7 that actually jumped in with a mentor, and they're working one-on-one with their mentors for 8 weeks. And after that 8 weeks, they have 8 weeks to define a goal and actually make that goal happen by the end of the 8 weeks, and they are finishing up in the next 2 weeks. We did round 2, and we had 6 entrepreneurs to come through round 2, and they will be jumping into the Momentum Mentor Sprint next year. And through the Momentum Mentor Sprint, we match them with the mentor that's going to help them achieve that goal. And then in between, we have connection services where they sit down with me or another mentor or somebody on the team to help them figure out where they're at in their business. We set big goals. We're very audacious in letting them know that we're going to get this done. So we're pushing them to the max, and we're super excited to see where they go.
And some of these startups, these companies that came through fundamentals to highlight was the demo day pitch competition winner. And this was Liz Hernandez of Artizona Gallery. Liz is an experienced gallerist and has been able to pivot online. So we're super excited to see how this continues to grow. And then from our last fundamentals round, we had Kara LaChapelle from Love Echo. So think a sound machine with positive affirmations for children so that they can grow up to be happy, healthy humans. Really impressive presentation, and seeing the idea go from start to finish is something that we really love getting to see. And I say finish, but that's just the finish of the 5 weeks, because it's really only the beginning of something really great that we'll get to see here in Tucson not too shortly. And then another fundamentals round participant was Rachel D'Aquisto. Oh gosh, do you remember? Rachel, if you're here, we love you. So Rachel is developing a cocktail that is Tucson specific. So think Long Island iced tea that you can get anywhere in the country, but think this is a drink for Tucson. And she wants to do more than just sell these canned cocktails, but she wants to support artists and causes that are here in Tucson. So we're so excited to see this, a little bit of social entrepreneurship with this canned cocktail, which we'll get updates pretty soon. And then now we'll jump into tech prep, which we just started a pilot. So Dre, go for it.
Yeah, so one of the needs that we hear a lot from a lot of the startups that we have is a need to develop our workforce to have high quality tech talent here that as developers and programmers. So this is actually a program that we just ran a pilot for. We got a little bit of seed funding from the city of Tucson to run our first cohort of a new programming school that will, on one side, it's a 14-week class that really teaches you the building blocks of programming. It's taught by Gene Reagan. He's amazing. He has a background from Apple and Amazon, DreamWorks, just a really high quality programmer. And so he's teaching that class, so it's a great opportunity. And then also paired with that is career services. So once you graduate, really working with different industry leaders to make sure that you get that hands-on workplace experience as well. So you can be looking forward to that. In 2021, we will be doing the full rollout of the program now that we've worked out some of the kinks. We were not anticipating to have to do it as an online format, which is just really challenging because you really, with this intensity, you really love to have more of that in-person feel. So hopefully we can look forward to that. But Jean did an amazing job flipping it to an online, really putting a lot of work into that. So that is, look out for that on the horizon.
And something great about Tech Prep, I'll say, is that it's really the foundations for computational thinking and being exposed to those fundamentals so that you can then take it to other programming languages like Python, C++, Java, etc. So that's really great to look out for if you're interested in programming for the new year. And with that, we'll head to our next thing with innovation economics.
Hi guys, so this is a series we brought online this year to kind of bring some new ideas into our community. So the whole goal behind innovation economics was to invite national thought leaders. We had to unfortunately postpone 10 West this year, and so we were missing some of that inspiration. And so we were very, very lucky to have 6 amazing speakers, actually more than that because our last one had a panel of 4. So 10 amazing speakers join us this year from around the country to talk to us about some of the most cutting edge things that are happening in communities to support entrepreneurs. So we covered everything from diversity and inclusion and removing obstacles to building tech hubs to understanding what micro and small businesses mean for communities, understanding what creatives mean for communities in terms of a music accelerator. We got to talk to Marie Roker Jones about the kind of crisis that we're seeing in terms of women leaving the workforce. And then we finished this last month in celebration of Global Entrepreneurship Week with UACI and did a big conversation around innovation across borders with some international founders. So we were really happy to bring this series forward this year. You can follow all the video recaps are available on the website. You can read about the speakers. We are going to continue this for 2021. It'll be quarterly, but we're excited to continue to bring new thoughts to our community. If anybody has speakers that they've heard at a conference or that they've always wanted to hear that work in our space, we are open to suggestions. If you have topics you want to know about, send them our way, and Dre and I will chase them down. We have been really overwhelmed with the support we've received from around the country. Tucson is a hotspot, guys. They hear about what's happening. They really they've heard about what's happening in the innovation ecosystem here. They've heard about the entrepreneurship community here, and they want to talk to us. So almost everybody we've asked has said yes. So if you have a big goal of somebody you'd like to hear in our community, let us know, and we would be happy to bring them here.
And I'll just say one thing to this. So what's really important and what's as we're going to be moving through a really difficult economic time right now, we are in the midst of it and it will continue. And so just continuing to have that idea of grassroots development, that entrepreneurs are really the leading job creators in our countries. With more than 90% of all new jobs are created from startups and small businesses. And so really just highlighting that so that as we invest, that we're continuing to invest at the ground level in entrepreneurs, people with new ideas that are building really the future of Tucson and the future of our country. So just really keeping that high level that that what you do and what we do here in building these businesses is really building resiliency into our community. Just my little soapbox. I wanted to quick hop on there.
I love that. I love that. And Tucson being a hotbed of innovation. It surely is. And with that, we will move into our Black Business Town Hall series. And those were conversations facilitated by Kanisha Raymond.
Okay, the Black Business Town Hall series started in June. And in June, we talked about invisibility, being disconnected, and investment. That was a great conversation and probably one of the most impactful that I have had this year, talking to entrepreneurs here in Tucson and seeing that we're kind of all stuck, but we're stuck because we're not reaching out to each other. We're not having conversations with each other and really supporting each other. And so through that, we decided to continue the series and do it quarterly. Out of the first Black Business Town Hall, Danny Nee with CIC launched a BIPOC loan fund. And so we were able to announce that in our second Black Business Town Hall, and that happened last month. And in that time, we talked about hope, resilience, collective action, and we celebrated the wins that we have had throughout this time. And one of the wins was the BIPOC loan fund that is, I believe, launching in the first quarter of 2021. There's no exact date, but keep your eye on that. We will talk about it here at Startup Tucson. CIC will talk about it as well as the committee that they are putting together. The second Black Business Town Hall was meaningful because it was a deep conversation. We were able to let down some walls, let down some guards, and really talk about what's going on and how we can help not only ourselves, but we can help the community and come together as a community and help each other. So that will continue to happen quarterly. Our next one is in February. We don't have an exact date, but we will be celebrating Black History Month, as well as new entrepreneurs that we will bring onto the Black Business Town Hall.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And those are really great with, focusing on the importance of communication and how to correctly communicate with each other is super powerful. You can watch the replays also in our video library. And with that, recently launched Remote Tucson.
Yeah, guys, so this is another new program we brought online this year with the support of a lot of partners here in Tucson and a lot of really great perk providers. So basically, Remote Tucson is the concept of inviting permanent remote workers to relocate to Tucson to call it their future and forever home. So basically, we give them an incentive package. We're going to select 10 for this pilot program. So we'll select 10 of our applicants, and they'll be invited to come and join our community. We launched the website on November 9th. It has had over 3,000 visitors already, and we've had over 250 applications for these 10 coveted spots. And just to let our entrepreneurs and our tech community know, the applications that are coming in have just been amazing. The people that want to join our community, that want to become mentors for entrepreneurs, that want to interact with Tucson and become and plug in and really get to know and call this place their home. It has been just incredible. They're coming from all over the country. They're coming from all types of industries. A lot of people that are in senior development positions in the heavy tech space, but we've got researchers. We've got, all sorts of different people that really connect with Tucson in some way, find something special about it, about our town here that we all kind of share and want to move here and join us. And so we will be making announcements pretty soon. We're going to start to review applications later this month. And then we'll make those invitations end of the year, beginning of next year. And we'll start to introduce you to these great new 10 people. If anybody has questions about the Remote Tucson program, the application is still open. So if you know somebody in another community that's been dying to get back here, or that you think should get back here, that you think wants to, come and join our growing entrepreneurial ecosystem, I encourage you to send them the link and have them check it out. We're happy to answer any questions, and we're super excited that we were able to bring this program online.
All right, so earlier this year, we were able to move into the Arizona Forge, and we'll share a little picture from our move-in process later. And we were able to have an astounding 4 events there. But the whole spirit of moving into the Arizona Forge is that we are there to activate the space. We really want the Arizona Forge at Roy Place to be a downtown hub for entrepreneurs to come in and to use the space to inspire innovation in their own businesses, to connect with other entrepreneurs who are also seeking to create new things and push the envelope. So we really look forward to being able to do that in whenever we're able to return in person, and are excited to fill this space with small events, bigger events. We have some pretty great tech in this space, so to use that for creating digital experiences. And of course, we will keep you updated on all the ways we hope to fill out that space. Right now, we have a few winter decorations downtown, so you can swing by. But we are not there, not yet. But we do look forward to returning. And then this picture right here is in our startup Tucson office, and that's where we had our very first startup coffee at Roy Place. And you could see the cute furniture and the amazing mural that Ashley White did for us. And yeah, really can't wait to be back in this space with all of you. All right, so everyone's dying to know, that was 2020. What is next?
Yeah, it's funny because even as overwhelming all that stuff was, I was like, oh, we still didn't talk about, we did a website relaunch, we did the Live from Startup Studios, Liz made a baby, that's coming January 2021, yay! There is like, so that 2020 was packed, and I think we just kind of scratched the surface of all the things. So 2021, applications will open in January for idea funding. So we are going to push out the full 10 West experience from April. Still feeling like it's just not going to really be time or ready for that. And our really main focus is wanting to focus on small businesses, economics, where people are really hurting right now. So we really want to focus on idea funding as the critical event in April. But we do have a pitch competition that we'll be having as part of that. So the applications open in January. Be on the lookout for information about that event. So idea funding will still be happening in April. And we have some other pieces. We're collaborating with some other events. So there will be activity. We're working with partners across the state to really focus on entrepreneurship for the whole month of April. A lot of really cool events that will be part of that. So that is going to be where we're kind of laser focused for the spring. Oh, okay. One other cool thing that happened this year is we did get a USDA grant. Actually very interesting. Out of our Tucson Shops Tucson project, we noticed that there was just a big tech divide and that folks were really struggling to convert their businesses to e-commerce formats, struggling to get their websites, needing to do new product development, all because of the pandemic. And one of the areas that we saw was really struggling was food entrepreneurs, and particularly farmers and agricultural producers who had their main revenue source, which was farmers markets, really taken away from them. We did a survey and we found that only 13% of our agricultural producers in the area have any modern e-commerce website capability. So we really wanted to address that and really focus on, we live in a city of gastronomy. Food is really important to our region historically and for the future of our city. So really wanting to make sure that these businesses survive and thrive. So we are doing we got a USDA grant. We're working with different partners, Brink, Visit Tucson, Merchants Gardens, and Matt Mars from the University of Arizona, from the agricultural department there. And we're going to be doing a bunch of different activities. It'll all kind of launch in spring. Do you want to hit the next slide, Sophia? And we'll break down a little bit about what this is going to happen. So one really exciting thing we're going to have, working with our partners at Visit Tucson, we're going to have a virtual tour, City of Gastronomy. You are going to be able to learn about producers, find out the history of all the different products that are coming from our regional area, and also purchase them in this really beautiful new portal that we'll be collaborating with Visit Tucson on. And so if you're a food entrepreneur, you can put your business onto that website. It's like a Tucson Shops Tucson, plus 2.0 or 3.0. And you can sell through that website and really trying to create a unified experience for if you're someone who's interested in buying and purchasing local food, that it'll be really easy for you to do that all in one place. And then also it will be really easy on the producers to have a really unified experience. And it will help increase the marketing. So that will be happening. That will be going online in April. And then we'll also doing a food accelerator focused on businesses that would like to bring new products to line. So this was something that came out of different interviews. Hey, I've got this great idea. I want to turn this into a sauce so that I can ship, so that I have more products in my line, more revenue that I'm working with. So we're going to really help focus food entrepreneurs on bringing new products to market. And so we're actually going to have, we're going to do that with 30 different companies, and that will be in the summer and fall of next year. And we're really excited about the impact that this is going to have, and just continuing to support this really important industry in our community.
Mm-hmm. And then I might go back a slide. Oh, I'll hit this one first. So this winter, it is more important than ever to be shopping locally. That's what we're all about. So, whether it's gifts or whether it's just purchases, we really hope that you make them local. And when you do, please use the hashtag #SmallBizHoliday just to create a sense of importance and awareness around shopping locally. It's, it is a stretch, but if you can do it, it really does make a difference here in Tucson. And it really means so much to the entrepreneurs and the small business owners who are doing their very best, and they're doing such incredible and hard work, especially this season. So I encourage you, I invite you to make that a priority. And then I think I'm going to head back to the next slide to make sure that we didn't miss anything else that is next. Liz, do you have some things?
Yeah, so I just wanted to give you guys a highlight of what's coming for 2021. So like Dre said, we're going to have a new little lady entrepreneur baby starting in January. So you guys might not see me for the month of January, but then we'll be back with a new leading lady of the Startup Tucson team. But so we're going to release our calendar for all of 2021 in the upcoming weeks. We'll be doing more fundamental series. Those will be happening at least quarterly. Along with those will be our different mentorship programs. So Kanisha mentioned Momentum Mentor Sprint. If you haven't had a chance to do that and you're looking to really work on a focused goal for 2 months, we encourage anybody that's come through our programming in the past to check out that program. That's a new program we brought online in 2020. You get paired directly with a mentor that's going to help you accomplish that specific 2-month sprint task. We also brought online action advising, so keep an eye out for that. Those are happening monthly. We invite a number of subject matter experts to schedule office hours, and then you can schedule time with them to go through anything from SEO strategy to legal or accounting advice. So those change monthly, so keep an eye out on your inbox for our upcoming action advisors, and we encourage you to take advantage of those services. We are working to expand our services for later stage companies. So post-launch, what you're kind of working on and what we've heard you, we're working on trying to make sure that we're here to serve you and support you in your time of pivot, in your time of growth. And so some of those things are going to be quarterly advanced workshops. So things that are a little bit longer in nature. So something like a branding boot camp that might happen over a weekend. We'll do at least one of those sort of big workshops quarterly. Another thing that we're excited to see is Kanisha's bringing a female founders series online that'll happen in the first part of the year. So keep an eye out for that. And then in addition to the kind of quarterly larger workshops, we'll also be doing some smaller, again, subject matter experts things with some of our partners that are more specific in legal, accounting, operational stuff. So, things like, survey of IP, we did one of those this year, but other things in those spaces. So we're excited to bring all those things online. I will say that it's been a weird year, and everybody knows it's been a weird year. We are here to help you. That's literally our job every day, all day, and we all love doing it. So if there's things that you need help with that you're struggling with, whether it's COVID specific for your business, or you need a friendly person to talk to on the phone, we're all here, and we're here and ready to serve you. She's just laughing. She'll answer the phone though. And so we encourage you to reach out. I also just want to thank all of our partners and supporters this year. We really can't do our work and be here to support you every day, all day, unless we have our supporters and partners. And so Thomas R. Brown Foundation was really was great to step up this year and help us bring the Fundamentals series online. The city of Tucson has been very, very supportive of our work this year. As we've innovated and pivoted quickly to respond to needs, they've been right there with us. The county, Arizona Commerce Authority has also been really great. Sophia hit on it a little bit. We are very, very excited to partner with the University of Arizona and the Forge Project downtown. We're ready to get back in that space and open it to you, but they've been an amazing partner through this, as have our other university partners, UACI, TLA, some of those different partners, CIC, bringing the BIPOC Community Fund online, and some other funding opportunities with Kiva and WeFunder. And so the community really has come together this year to support entrepreneurs and small businesses. And I really encourage you guys to reach out, not just through us, but to all the services that are available, and really figure out how we're here to help and how we can really help you make the next step. So that's my what's next, Sophia.
Perfect. We're here for you. And if we can't do something, we will find the person who can help you out for sure. With that, I think it wraps up our presentation for today, our end of year celebration. Thanks everyone for hanging out. We're just gonna look at some photos now and hang out. So if you want to stick around, you're welcome to. But if not, happy winter, happy holidays, happy Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, winter, no holiday. So I wanted to bring this photo up because this was at the beginning of the year, and Keisha and I, we both came to move our office into the Arizona Forge at Roy Place. And we had this moment where we're like, are we just the Startup Tucson moving crew?
No.
So
we could not have done this year without Sophia and Kanisha. We are so, so grateful that you two have came into this crazy year with us and have brought so much. Each of you has brought so much to the team. I think, what did you call us recently, Sophia? We're sort of a random
group of personalities, for sure. But everyone knows how to have fun. So that's how it works.
If anybody's watching this and has interacted with Kanisha and Sophia, that they haven't even been with Startup Tucson for a year.
I know.
Isn't that crazy?
It's amazing. It's amazing.
It's so amazing.
Good. Okay, let's just say that. You guys make those shirts look good.
There's all the fierceness in this photo. And then I don't know if you remember when we did networking things in person.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Yes. Yeah, this was up at Venture Madness this last year. I think this was one of our last big events that we were able to attend. Mm-hmm.
If you look closely, we're still in our Startup Tucson moving team gear. But with blazers.
We were excited. We got a shirt.
And then this was us at Thrive up in Phoenix.
Startup week.
That was a good one.
The Tucson takeover of Thrive. That was very exciting.
Again, nice shirts. We really have the shirts.
We have them in all colors. If you want a Tucson shirt, we have those.
Yes, if you want a Startup Tucson shirt, we'd be happy to give you a Christmas gift.
Any way we can support. And then this was right before the shutdown. It was like the Friday before.
Yes.
We really do have other shirts. We do.
And then this was the final, like, you know, where the house is quiet and the light is softly filtering through. I think this was a good photo to end on for the year.
And
Of
it was
just
like the last scene of Friends where the lights go off.
yeah. Yeah.
All right, Nisha, where's our walk-off music?
Oh, we have walk-off music? Oh, okay.
We're so grateful for everyone that has been here with us this morning and walking through the different things. Really, the community has been so wonderful and so supportive, and all of you that hop on and become speakers and judge and support, and the peer-to-peer network just really makes it so much fun to do this work. So thank you guys so much for being here. Hey, Monique. Look at Monique. Thank you so much. You're so sweet.
Happy end of 2020.
Yay, over.
Yeah, and also, so showing up has been so appreciated. And then likes and email responses. You know, you think that they're just a small little thing, but they're so encouraging. They really are.
Mm-hmm.
Yay, grateful for you, Kara.
Okay, we're rolling out
walk-off music
in 2021.